Turn it down. All right. All right, just waiting for a little more people to join on. We got a very good show for you today, guys. This is the Maverick Times podcast, episode number 0074. And we're going to be talking about the truth about these Maverick County elections. And we're going to show you something that some of these candidates, they don't want you to know. So right out the gate, we're getting some more people on. Do me this big favor. Like this post real quick. Share this post real quick. And let's make sure everybody here in Maverick County, City of Eagle Pass, understands how important this election is. And how important it is to know the truth about some of these candidates that are out here lying to you in your face. So do me a favor, guys. Like this post, share this post, do a comment, do a little wave, something like that. We always like those, but we're going to show you the proof about who is lying, who is deflecting, who is not a good candidate, especially if they are not being trustworthy as they try to come off to be. And it's important because I will say that this is one of the most important elections that is coming up. And they're getting important each and every year that we're getting here, right? Each and every year that these come up, it's important. We got a bond election coming up for the Eagle Pass ISD where we just heard, guys, this is breaking news. No one else is going to tell you this. An Eagle Pass high school teacher was reported to the Texas Education Agency, TEA, for helping her students cheat on the STAR test. And like with anything, news-wide, whether it's with the school, whether the county, or the city, we give you news that no one else does. We are not your everything's good and shiny, the sun comes out every day type of news. No, we are the only investigative news media that you guys have in this great community. While some people will tell you the sun is nice and pretty and everything, we tell you everything else about the corruption, about the abuse of tax dollars, about who is doing this community a disservice. So we got a little bit of more people. Again, guys, help me out. This is very important, and I'm going to show you. I have the proof. We have proof about everything we're about to say today, and we're going to show you the campaign reports. We're going to show you who is con los billetes, as one county candidate likes to say. So let's get this show started, right? All right, let's bring on. Why am I saying this? Why did I say billetes, money, this, that? Well, there was a county judge candidate that brought out his I don't know how well to say this, but his manipulative sense of making videos, trying to say that they're not for Puerto Verde, trying to make it seem kind of edgy. So we're going to show you the video ourselves, and we're going to show you exactly what we mean about the situation that is going on and why you, the voter, the taxpayer, needs to pay attention to what is going on. People, especially people that are running for office, that are not necessarily good for our community, will say whatever, whenever, to try to trick and deceive you. So many people are hitting the button on the controversial topic of Puerto Verde. We have one commissioner that says he's not in favor of it. A former commissioner that says he's not in favor of it. He voted against it. Yet when he does his campaign videos and everything else he does not tell you that he is against it. He tells you we need to be vigilant about it. Now you tell me, the word vigilant is, we need to review, we need to be looking at it, we need to have our sight on it, we need to know what is going on with this project. We already have the fakies coming in. I love it. Let's see. Jose Hernandez, the fake profile, says, how do I feel about Ramsey not paying property taxes? Well, let me tell you. On Thursday at 7 o'clock, we are going to have the county judge, Ramsey English Cantu, on this very podcast, and we will ask him ourselves about the tax, the not paying property taxes. We're going to bring up that question to him directly. And you can ask that question whenever that fake profile can ask that question whenever we interview Judge Ramsey English Cantu, and we'll let him answer that question for you. How about that, fake profile? Back to what really matters, guys. And, I just want to point out the obvious is that the reason why you've been seeing me all over Compre y Vendo with these anonymous accounts that don't have los pinches huevos to come out on their own profile and say what they need to say, or if they probably see me in person, they still won't ever comment anything, and that's fine. I have dealt with many of these attackers throughout the years that we've had this news media because these politicians do not like their dirty laundry aired out. That is just a simple thing, and that's why I'm getting these questions. Look, see, from this fake account, trying to distract you, the taxpayers, from what is really important here. What is important is for you to recognize what is happening. It's funny that all of a sudden I started coming out on Compre y Vendo after I pointed out the fact that Jerry Morales, the candidate for county judge, David Saucedo, the candidate for county judge, that both served in the commissioner's court the same amount of time, about 12 years, they were trying to crucify, they are trying to point fingers, saying that they haven't done anything. The current commissioner's court hasn't done anything about fire and EMS in Quemado, in El Indio. So my question is, fair enough, Jerry, David, what did you do in your 12 years that you were there before this commissioner's court? Did you set up fire and EMS in Quemado, in El Indio? No. But it's real easy to try to manipulate all you guys by lying, by misrepresenting the truth, by spreading false narratives. Again, and I have always told you guys, nobody attacks you harder than the people you are telling the truth about. And that is why my mugshot from a false arrest continues to be spread all over Compre y Vendo. We know who it is. Those pictures and posts we put up of Obi Salinas, the one who took Maverick County for $480,000, under who? David Saucedo and Jerry Morales. But they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. They'll point fingers at everybody else, but they don't tell you what's in their past, what's in their background, how many billetes they've given out. Right, Jerry? You can't forget, Jerry was the one who put in the motion to renew the contract for Shepherd Government Affairs, where Obi Salinas was getting paid for what? It wasn't for grants. Was it to run David Salcedo's political campaigns? My question to Jerry is, what is Obi Salinas going to get if you win county judge, Jerry? You want to answer that question for all of our viewers? Now, he already blocked us. He blocked the Maverick Times. He blocked my page, the Isaac T. Ruiz page. Why? What is Jerry so afraid of? The truth. Jerry Morales, the candidate for county judge, is afraid of the facts. The truth is going to come out. And we have these campaign finances so we can show you who really has billetes entre medio. Right, Jerry? This is what Jerry doesn't want you to know. He doesn't want you to know where he's getting the money to have all these town halls, where he got the money for all the signs, where he's getting the money to pay off news medias so they don't say anything about him. But we all know Jerry's been in there as a county commissioner for 12 years. Now he's having big old kickoff parties with Obi Salinas invited. Who knows? Is Obi running his campaign? What is Obi Salinas going to get? What is Shepherd Government Affairs going to get, Jerry? Another $400,000 plus of your hard-earned tax dollars? That is one thing that we need to pay attention. Look, it's funny. Look, let me address this one real quick before we get into the good stuff. So Jose Hernandez, the fake profile, says, why is it the Maverick County Sheriff's Department doesn't have funds to purchase necessary equipment? Let me stop you right there. The sheriff's office has gotten millions of dollars in grant funding these past 2 years. Well over $2 million of grant funds for this 2 years. So I would say, I don't know. That's a better question for the sheriff's office, but I can tell you, based on public records monitoring the county commissioners' courts, they've received millions of dollars over the past couple of years exactly for necessary equipment and programs and projects. I can tell you that because it's public record. It's all in there. Now, let's not let these fake profiles distract us. Let's just show you the numbers. But first, a quick little video.
Puerto Verde. Ese es el elefante en la ciudad, porque nadie te quiere hablar de Puerto Verde. O los están apoyando y no dicen por qué. Y sabemos el por qué. Hay mucho billete por medio. Eso no va a quedar.
Do this another way here. Let's do this another way, guys. All right, let's do this another way. Y'all are with me? Here you go. Can I hear that, or are we having technical difficulties here? Come on. You see, I really need to get a partner to help me out with these things, but you know. Can I hear these things? I would say, Jose, I would stop commenting because you are revealing exactly who you are. And that would be funny if I'm able to pinpoint who you are live on this show. That's hilarious. Fake profiles are hilarious. Man, this is so sad. Well, anyways, guys, I do have the video on there. I do have the video on there. I just don't know why the sound isn't working for me here. But we can tell you exactly what was said. Let me see. We have the whole video for you here.
Es el elefante en la ciudad porque nadie te quiere hablar de Puerto Verde. O los están apoyando y no dicen por qué. Y sabemos el por qué. Hay mucho billete por medio. Eso no hay duda.
Hay mucho billete por medio. Right now we're going to show you who has mucho billete por medio.
Puerto Verde. Es el elefante en la ciudad porque nadie te quiere hablar de Puerto Verde. O los están apoyando y no dicen por qué. Y sabemos el por qué. Hay mucho billete por medio. Eso no hay duda de que eso está sucediendo.
Mucho billete.
Y vienen y te dicen a uno, oye, pues alíñate tú bien, hombre, te van a dar para tu campaña y con eso sales. Le digo, no. Yo no estoy de acuerdo de que venga un inversionista multimillonario y a costillas de los residentes de Seco Mines, de Siesta Acres, vengan a hacer su inversión. Vemos a los inversionistas multimillonarios que han venido a Isle Paz a quererse aventajar de Isle Paz. No son de Isle Paz, no son locales, no son personas de aquí, van a venir a ganar su dinero y ellos ya se van. Nos van a dejar el problema aquí. Permiso presidencial se le otorgó al condado de Maverick. Fui el único miembro que no votó en ese tema. Los otros 4 votaron a favor. Sí menciona Puerto Verde que va a haber un acuerdo. Pues por 3 años hemos estado esperando ese acuerdo. ¿Qué le va a tocar a Maverick County? Y cuando yo digo qué le va a tocar, estoy hablando de que cómo se va a beneficiar Maverick County. Ahorita nadie sabe qué está sucediendo con Puerto Verde. Tenemos, si yo pongo Puerto Verde y me dicen, estás en contra de Puerto Verde. Y digo, fíjense bien claro lo que dice mi tarjeta. Mi tarjeta dice, hay que vigilar a Puerto Verde.
Not once did Mr. Billete say he was against Puerto Verde. So a lot of people are trying to polarize this thing of Puerto Verde. Now, why would Jerry not say he's against it? Because he's for it. He's for Puerto Verde. If it happens, he wins, Puerto Verde is still going to happen. That's where a lot of people are being deceived, are being tricked. They are being manipulated by the former county commissioner, Jerry Morales. Another thing that came out, the billetes. Should we play it again?
Ahorita nadie sabe qué está sucediendo con Puerto Verde. Tenemos, si yo pongo Puerto Verde y me dicen, estás en contra de Puerto Verde. Puerto Verde. Es el elefante en la ciudad porque nadie...
Big elephant, isn't it?
Nos están apoyando y no dicen por qué. Y sabemos el por qué. Hay mucho billete por medio. Eso no hay duda de que eso está sucediendo.
No hay duda que eso se está sucediendo, right? I don't know. Sucediendo. Let's check out the finance campaign records and really see de dónde viene el billete de Jerry Morales. Boom. This is great, guys. So, I have these finance campaign reports that were submitted January the 15th. Okay. And it just so happens that Jerry Morales is the first one. Do we need to see where is this money coming from? What is happening? And what is going on? Let's see where the real billetes are coming from. What do you say, Jerry? Whoa. Total political contributions $25,000. That is a shit ton of money for a county judge race. Wow. $25,000 he's received in campaign donations. Are you curious, guys, to see who is paying him? Who is contributing to him? Let's see. Fake profile. Are you in agreement with the receptionist at Cantu's office should be making more than a public servant? It kind of seems that like you might be a public servant dropping that question in, but can you be more specific about who is the receptionist so we can pull it up and get that budget information for you? One thing I would ask you, fake profile, are you concerned or are you in agreement with the funds that we're about to show you that Jerry Morales has been receiving? Los billetes, as Jerry would say, right? So let's get into this. $25,000 total political campaign. This is just from January. There is still another report that we need to request, and we'll request it for you. Or, let's be honest. Let's be transparent. You can get this from the Maverick County page. Google Maverick County, go to their website, scroll down a little bit on the main page, look for campaign finance reports, and this is open and transparent to everybody. Can anybody tell me if back in the day when Jerry and David were in commissioner's court for those 12 years, did they ever have these campaign finance reports posted for transparency? They did it. They didn't. Now they want to talk about transparency. That is what we call hypocritical. Let's continue. 25,000, right? We have here. He has spent 10,300. Total political contributions maintained as of the last day of reporting, he has 14,700. Total principal amount of all outstanding loans since the last day of reporting, that's 5,000. It's interesting who Norma Morales was. I wonder if that's a family member, because that could be considered a conflict of interest. Okay. Anyways, moving forward, monetary contributions that Jerry Morales has received, $25,000. Loans, he has gotten $5,000 in loans. Political expenditures, again, we mentioned 10,300. Moving along. This is where it gets interesting. The first loan on here, the first political contribution was given in December 15th of 2025 from Navarez Law Group PC. $10,000? Wow. That is a big, big donation. Now, let me tell you, these donations, it's not like you can give a political donation and then you can claim it on your taxes and then get that reduced or get a deduction from your taxes. So this is just money handed out. $10,000 from Navarez Law Group? Wow, that is a lot of money, guys. For a single person to donate 10,000 or a single entity to donate $10,000? Wow, that's a lot of money. Los billetes entre medio, right? What did Jerry say? Do y'all remember? Can y'all post it? Jerry, ¿qué se está sucediendo aquí con 10 miles de dólares, 10 millones de dólares que te donaron? Now, every time you have to think somebody's giving a political donation, what are they going to get in return? That is a very interesting situation. $10,000. Honestly, I would ask Jerry, is Navarez Law Group going to get anything from donating, if you win county judge, from donating $10,000 to your political campaign? Moving forward, that's just a lot of money. Oh, well, okay. Ritchie Law Group, December 2025. We don't know exactly what date because it doesn't say. $5,000. That's very interesting. And full disclosure, guys, I mean, let's just be honest. Ritchie Law Group, we all know who that is. What my question is that the involvement with a district judge here, and who creates the county budget is the county judge, right? He approves everything. He's a budget officer. So just recently, the district judges, both of them, went through some cutting back in funds. Look, Mr. Banda, if you say people are being aware about what Ramsey Cantu hasn't told the community, Mr. Banda, I would challenge you. I challenge you, Mr. Banda, in the most respectful way. I challenge you to tell the people, since you're saying that Ramsey English Cantu hasn't told the community something, why don't you tell the community why you are doing what you're doing and supporting Jerry Morales? Because I remember 4 years ago, you helped out the current county judge in his race. Am I right? You also were hired to work for the county at Road and Bridge. Am I still right? Please let me know if I have something incorrect. Okay. So, what was the next thing? You no longer work with the county. Is that correct? I'm pausing, guys, because I'm waiting. I'm giving him the opportunity to discuss this. So, I would like you to tell the community the truth, because that's what I'm doing here. And that's what the community expects of me. Now, I never been the type to, because I have personal falling outs or because I didn't get what I want or because I was fired, to attack anybody. Can you say the same thing, Mr. Banda? And if you're saying that we're going to expose, like I mentioned, to another fake profile, we're going to have County Judge Ramsey English Cantu here on our podcast on Thursday at 7 o'clock, and we're going to ask him about the taxes. We're going to ask him if he got married and didn't invite me, since the people in Compra y Vendo with those anonymous posts like to question that. And we're going to ask him what Mr. Brandon had asked in my last podcast, how he felt when I got arrested. We all know what happened. But we'll ask him that just to show you guys how fair and impartial I am. I can tell you that many of the people that are currently supporting Jerry Morales as a county judge are upset. Are upset because things did not go their way. Did not go the way they expected. But I can tell you in all honesty, if they hired you, hired me, hired whoever, if you mess up, you're going to get terminated like any other employee. That is exactly why I bust my ass every single day that I clock in, because I know that if I were ever to mess up, my ass is out the gate too. That's just the reality of things. But I am able to say I messed up. Now, Mr. Banda, can you please let the people be aware of that situation? Am I wrong in saying what I'm saying? I'm fair. I'm letting you giving you the space and the platform to correct me if I am wrong. Help me expose those that benefited from helping Ramsey, and then all of a sudden they turn around because they didn't get what they wanted. There was a saying that people told me many years ago. It was, I know I always mention Mr. Chavez, rest in peace. He was a very wise man. And he said once that nobody fires or terminates people. The bosses don't fire or terminate people. The employees terminate themselves by the actions and work that they do. And that has never, ever been more relevant than it is today. And I would challenge Mr. Banda, if you say you want to expose the county judge Ramsey English Cantu, okay. But let's expose Jerry Morales, the same guy that you have worn his campaign shirt and have been block walking with. Why do you think, Mr. Banda, that Navarez Law Group donated $10,000 to Jerry Morales for his campaign? I will answer your question if it were from a real account and not a fake one. I can't stand anonymous crap. Eso le faltan, like, just show yourself. It doesn't matter. No one's going to retaliate against you. No one's going to say anything. I much rather respect Mr. Banda. That's why I respect Mr. Banda. Whatever it is, I respect Mr. Banda. Why? Porque él tiene los huevos para poner la cara whenever he posts something. Nothing but respect, Mr. Banda. Moving forward, guys. Richie Law Group again. So this is an interesting one because we did see Mr. Richie in the picture with Obi Salinas, Jerry Morales, and Mr. Richie is in the middle of that picture. So, it's weird because all of us do know about the situation that he has some kind of relationship with one of our district judges, and Maribel's a great judge. I won't say anything. I can't say anything bad about her. I can't at all. She's a great judge. And she has a great staff as well. I would say that. Great staff. But it's kind of funny that this money is out there, especially because the both district courts, they did have money reduced in their budgets. I don't know what the situation was. Like I said, there's certain things that I see in commissioner's court that I can talk about, but I'm not privy to everything. I am not no right hand man. I don't have a sugar or anything else that you guys would like to insinuate. That's just not me. Right now, all I'm pointing out is the facts. The facts is that Mr. Ritchie donated $5,000. The fact is that he came out in the kickoff party in a picture with Jerry Morales and the controversial person of Obi Salinas. Obi Salinas, guys, we have seen you. We have shown posts from other communities where they say he fraudulently committed fraud is what that word means, right? That he has done this fraud type of things in other communities. Why would a candidate for county judge bring in an individual such as Obi Salinas, who, if you guys remember, was helping in the campaign, walking the campaign with David Saucedo? Why would Jerry Morales hire, bring in, celebrate, take a picture with Obi Salinas? Question mark. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of respect for these people. These people are attorneys. These people, are district judges. I have grown to have so much respect for our district judges and the job that they do. It's unbelievable the job that they do. I am just pointing out the truth. Another one, former Mayor Rolando Salinas, 12/17/25, he donated $1,000. On 12/17/25, Alicia Flores and Saul Flores, both, I believe Alicia Flores is relative or sister to Rolando Salinas, and they donated $500. And I'm just going through all of these because I'm going to go through all of them of the 3 county judge candidates. It's only fair that we do everybody, guys. And that's what we're trying to do, is be fair. Juan Garcia, sorry to bother, but I disagree with you on this one. Ramsey fired a bunch of people unjustified just because. Can you name, if you can name them, if I know what is going on, I'll go ahead and I'll agree and I'll disagree. Look, no matter what anybody thinks, I don't have a master, I don't have anything. I do this because this is what I do. I write grants, I work with that because I am good at what I do. And there is respect with who you talk about. They may not like this, Isaac, that's on media, the Maverick Times, but they respect Isaac when it comes to Grant Administrator Isaac. I can tell you, there's people that don't like me, and I understand that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, nor do I strive to be. But one thing is, people do respect the work I put in, the funding that I get from my community, and the hours that I put in to do everything I do. This weekend, I was working on a recreational trails grant for the Elm Creek Park on the weekend. Not because I get paid overtime, it's because I love what I do. And I am well respected for the job that I do. So let me know who, Juan Garcia, if you want to go ahead and name somebody specific. I mean, maybe I know something, maybe I don't. But with just saying a generalized statement like that, it is difficult to pinpoint, agree, or do anything. I can't generally agree with you with Ramsey fired people for unjustified just because. Now, I do know that there was several positions out there that were frivolous. That's one word that Jerry and David share in common. I do know that there was frivolous salaries being paid off. And a lot of y'all probably thought mine was too, until y'all saw the $6 million that I brought in the past 2 years from my community. And yeah, Mr. Garcia, True, Obi, Salinas, anybody that hires this gentleman to run their campaign, be a part of that campaign, be associated with that campaign, it should bring up a whole host of red flags, man. I can tell you because we've tracked this guy with Shepherd Government Affairs. We recently just put out an article, not an article, it was a post that he is delinquent in filing as a lobbyist with the Texas Ethics Committee. They sent out a informative thing. He was fined $500 for not filing in a timely fashion. Why? It's the same thing that happened when he was working as a lobbyist for Maverick County under David Salcedo and under Jerry Morales. They were there many years making over $480,000 of your tax dollars, and this guy was not even registered as a lobbyist the whole time he was under contract. Are you kidding me? Yet, for some reason, the candidate, Jerry Morales, wants to and was proud of taking pictures with this gentleman. Why? That's my question. Jerry, if you're watching, why? And why did you block me, Jerry? That's not being very transparent. Man, at least David Salcedo can take the truth, the facts. He never blocked me. David, we know you're watching. Thanks for watching. Anyways, moving forward, Flores Auto Wrecking, $1,000 contribution on 12/19/25. Guys, any other comments? Please, comments are what makes this show. We're transparent. We like to get the truth out. That's all this is. True Prodigy. This is an interesting one. 12/19/25, 955 Meadowbrook, Lucas, Texas. That's a red flag. I mean, why would somebody from Lucas, Texas want to be donating $5,000 into a Maverick County judge campaign? My understanding, True Prodigy comes about from True Automation, or they sold to True Automation, which is the software that is being used at the Maverick County Appraisal District. And if I'm not mistaken, Jerry, I know you're watching this. Did you used to work for either True Automation or the Maverick County Appraisal District, their software that they get? Did you work in any capacity with them? Because $5,000 is a big, large sum of money, guys. These donations are not even taxable. Not even deductible, I mean. You can't even deduct these donations from your look. Juan Garcia, es que eres bien necio, Isaac, por eso te bloquean. Hey, people need to know the truth. People need to know the truth. These are elections. Elections matter. If you want to call me necio, you want to call me a gorro, que pongo gorro, whatever you want. Hey, it doesn't bother me, bro. My mugshot's all over Compre y Vendo. And then after this, y'all are going to be putting more stuff on Compre y Vendo, just like that fake account throwing stuff out. Y'all are going to be putting it. Don't bother me. I know what God has for me, and I know God is here making sure that I tell the truth, because that's what this is about, the truth. No false narratives, no lies, no manipulation, the facts. And that's what matters, is the facts. Aunque sea necio, güey. Continuing. Jerry, unblock me, Jerry. Are you supposed to be blocking anybody from your political page. I don't know. Maybe you can. Not sure. But that's something to look forward to or look into. Hassel Law Firm, PLLC, $1,000 donation. Flores Paint and Auto Glass on January 1st, 26, $500. Paco, I see you posted. I think you posted this twice already. To whom was the presidential permit given to? Puerto Verde, the county, or both share the permit? Paco, I don't have I don't have the whole. I don't have the answer to that right now. Obviously, we're trying to do a campaign finance report here for you guys. I do want to say it may have been the county. I don't know if Puerto Verde has that permit. But if you stick around or maybe give me a little bit of time to research it, I'll go ahead and get that done. Just trying to stay a little focused on the theme here exactly. But I know how that is very relevant to what we're trying to do. There's a lot of paperwork, so I'm trying to get through it. But Paco, as soon as I can, I'll try to get to that answer in a timely fashion. The fake account says, I'm just a regular citizen, compa. I doubt that. If he was a regular citizen, he would not be using a fake profile. You can't be more inclined towards one side and then claim impartial. You have to admit Ramsey is worse. Well, you have to admit Ramsey is worse. That the everything. Well, one thing I will tell you is that for 12 years, Jerry Morales and David Salcedo never had a county court. They never established a county court. The current commissioner's court, which includes who you're talking about, Ramsey English Cantu, established that for the very first time in Maverick County because we didn't have a county court. 12 years David Salcedo had a chance. 12 years Jerry Morales had a chance. That's just the facts. Just because the facts don't align with your narrative does not mean I am not going to mention the facts. For 12 years, David Salcedo and Jerry Morales had an opportunity to get fire and EMS to Quemado. They had an opportunity to get fire and EMS to El Indio. What happened there? I can tell you this, the county did apply, because it's public record. It's posted on the county agenda. The county did apply to get funding for an ambulance or funds towards an ambulance to assist the city in securing another ambulance that, again, fire and EMS contract goes to that. Those are facts. Now, if you can tell me why Ramsey English Cantu, as you're saying, is worse for the county, please let me know. Another thing, under Jerry Morales and under David Salcedo for 12 years, they would not perform bond forfeitures. Now, under County Attorney Jaime Iracheta and County Judge and Commissioner's Court, bond forfeitures are being collected. Now, I would ask, who made money off those bond forfeitures not being collected? That's a good one. Now, I am just being told an anonymous message that was just sent here. They're telling me that the Flores Paint and Auto Glass is actually owned by Honorable Judge Flores' uncle and father. I don't know if that is true. I am just relaying to what they're telling me, but we will look into that and say. Now, I would just say, what is the big investment in Jerry? Why? What's the catch? I don't know what it is, but in real time, you are seeing the situation evolve and come out. Why are they putting so much money into Jerry Morales? That is a question I want you guys to ask yourself, especially since since former county commissioner Jerry Morales is saying que hay mucho billete entre medio. It looks like he is the one that's getting mucho billete entre medio with this campaign. Did Jerry pay his taxes? Well, I've heard this rumor. I cannot confirm at this moment, but I did hear a rumor that Jerry was delinquent on his taxes and was told to go pay them prior to the whole information coming out on Ramsey. But if you want, we can ask Judge Ramsey again. He's going to come out, Judge Cantu, on Thursday at 7 p.m. and we're going to ask him those questions. Just so the fake profiles won't say that it's fake or anything like that, or this is rehearsed. No, we're going to ask them those hard questions, just like we asked Miss Anilu Morales Gonzalez about the situation with her, just like we were going to ask Republican candidate Ruben Camarillo before he backed out of the interview. We're asking the hard questions, just like we're consistent in what we do. We ask the hard questions. A fake profile is asking for a list of accomplishments. I think I just said some of them. And that I think already surpasses that of Jerry Morales. I'd like to test you, since you're not being impartial. Why don't you say something about that? Yeah. And what happened to that? Can you answer me what happened? Seemed like it was something that was consensual, because that was taken to court. You see what happens when fake profiles get involved? It tells you even more, and this should be a straight indicator for everybody to understand. When you're here telling the truth, there's going to be fake profiles. I bet you right now there's already a few posts about me on Compra y Vendo. Comes with the territory. But I have a commitment to my community to tell you the truth. Look at that. I have the proof. You're seeing the backup right there. I come with the receipts, whatever it is you want to call it. It's all there. It's all proof. These are the actual finance campaign report. Oh, whoa. Diana Gomez. Why does that name sound familiar? On 1/11/26, donated $1,000. Says you go past Texas. Why does that name sound familiar, guys? Diana Gomez. I know I've heard that name before. I don't know. That name sounds so familiar to me. Well, let's rewind. Got another anonymous. So True Prodigy is actually the brother of Jerry Morales. That is what I am being told right now through a anonymous message. Again, guys, if you have any information, my number is there. You're more than welcome to send me a message. So that those 5,000 are coming from Jerry's brother. Okay. And then we already told you about the Flores paint. And Diana Gomez, man, does anybody remember that name? It seems so very familiar. Diana Gomez. Maybe I'll remember in once we move along. Let's see. So now we're on loans. Loans. Gerardo Morales. So it seems here the candidate, Jerry Morales, loaned himself $5,000. Okay, that's interesting. That's funny. Now I remember. Diana Gomez, guys. That's actually somebody that's not even from Eagle Pass or Maverick County. She regularly posts. I mean, I bet she's probably watching right now. Diana, give us a little wave, Diana. I got a call from the Republican chair the other day. That she received a complaint from Diana Gomez that we were being vulgar. I want to see. I know Diana's watching. She was on for 4 hours last time in one of my podcasts. Man, the longest one I've ever had. Diana, I know you're there. Come on, wave hi. I want to ask Diana, why did you donate $1,000 to Jerry for his campaign? Let's see. Yeah, it's coming up, bro. You just wait. Again, I told you, I have all three of them. We're doing this as transparent as possible. Look. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Y'all fakies all work together and it's only a handful of people. We know that. Moving forward. So Jerry loaned himself $5,000. That's interesting. Hmm. I won't touch that subject. So now we're getting to the part where it talks about the political expenditures that the candidate has made. La Mera Leona, $300. Great Media, Printwork, $6,000. In McAllen for advertising signs. Wow. I wonder if it would have been better for a local to get that money, to keep the money, here, and to have him, stay here in our community. I know that there's a lot of people here locally that do very good work with signs, even in Piedras. Eagle Pass News Leader, 1,500. Good media. Media is very underpaid. Good media sources are very underpaid. Let's see, El Gram, 1,000 media. Okay. Uh-oh. Now look, guys, let's just be honest. Why is El Latino getting paid more than El Gram? That does not make any sense to me. You go from a political tabloid, in my opinion, to a legitimate general strike, be getting paid more. Is it because El Latino continues to attack certain individuals? We know the Gram doesn't partake in that. Is that why maybe the El Latino was given $1,500 rather than the 1,000 than El Gram? Um, you know, we know Eagle Pass News Leader. They're doing a lot of good stuff lately. They're out there. They break news regularly having to do with our community. The Gram, it's a general circulating newspaper. If anybody is legit, it would be the Gram. So why is a Latino getting paid more than the Gram? That's interesting. Let's see. The dumbass doesn't even know how to spell Obi. It's Obie. Fake profile. I don't know if you're Diana. I don't know if you're Obi. What I do know is that you're a fake account. What's that? Facts. Moving forward. All right. Well, apparently that is the end. Okay. So, just to recap a little bit, I don't think I have ever seen anybody donate $10,000. I don't think I have. That is a lot of money to donate for a county campaign. Richie Law Group, $5,000. That is a lot of money to donate to a political campaign. Now, let me tell you again, $5,000, that's a lot of money to donate for a political campaign. Now, what I would say is that, hey, Jerry, former commissioner, what are these people going to get anything in return? Because that's a big sum of money. All right. So now let's head over to the next one. This is going to be a good one. So now we are looking at David Salcedo's campaign report. Again, I think this is a fake profile. What are my thoughts of the county sheriff? I think that the county sheriff is not told everything that goes on in his office. I respect Tom Schmerber. I worked for him. I don't think he knows exactly everything that goes on in his office. I don't. I'll just be honest about that. I think that there's a lot of things that go on that don't get visualized. They don't get looked at, and maybe they should. But I can, I can probably say that the sheriff probably doesn't know everything that is going on at the sheriff's office. I don't know if that's good or bad, but like I said, I don't think that he is going on. I don't think he knows every single thing that is happening within his office. Okay. I hope I answered that for you. Anyways, moving forward, David Salcedo. So David Salcedo is claiming to have zero he is claiming to have zero contributions. He is saying that total political contributions maintained as of the last day he was reporting 991, and he says total principal amount of all loans as of the last day of the reporting 7,565. Notary Public. Okay, unpaid incurred obligations 1,000. Eagle Pass newsletter, that's normal, right? All right. Well, that's all we have there for his. Again, this is the first and initial campaign that was used. The first campaign report that was submitted. Now, it's funny how that situation works out. I mean, it says he doesn't have any contributions. We'll still monitor. I believe that we'll be looking and trying to find anything else, but it looks fairly clean. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Uh, who is my vote for the new county judge? That I have not determined yet. I think that there's still a lot of things that need to be answered by all four or five, whatever candidates are on there. One thing I will tell you is who I will not vote for. I will not vote for David Salcedo. He has been there before. I worked under him, and everything that I saw that was going on while he was county judge is the reason why I left Maverick County when he was the county judge. So that's one I would not vote for. Two, I will not vote for the Republican candidate, even though I myself consider myself a conservative person or more aligned with the conservative, but I will not vote for Camarillo. I won't. Again, full disclosure, we were going to interview him. He backed out. We had the original podcast scheduled for Judge Ramsey English Cantu for today, but we had to do a rescheduling, and that's why we brought you these right now to talk about it. But for yeah, you're right. I know Lando just came in with a. It's because he's not on campaign mode until November. Maybe. Either way, like I said, you asked me who would I vote. Who is your vote for the new county judge? That too much to be determined, right? But I will not vote for David Salcedo. That's 100%. And 100%, I will not vote for Camarillo, the one coming out for the Republican. I will not vote for those two whatsoever. One, I think he already did his time and damaged the county enough. The other, I think, would be an absolute travesty to Maverick County, given the situation and the lack of knowledge he has of public service. It's okay, you can throw stuff out, but not having basic knowledge of how operations works, it severely cripples a county. Why? Because it's too much of a learning curve. Now, one thing that I'll say, it's a good idea, maybe showing up to these county meetings whenever we do have a county commissioner's court and learn a little bit, because it's going to take time to learn. By the time you're already running for re-election, you're barely learning the ropes. It's difficult. It's not easy. It's not like one day you can wake up and say, I want to do this. It's not like that. And I tell you that from experience of working with with public entities since the age of 21. I'm much older than 21, the way you see me today, but I have seen, the public aspect of it, what goes into stuff, what goes into budgets, what goes into actual work, how to do this, what needs to be established, grant funding, having the funds in the bank for these grant funds. It's a big whole situation. Somebody just can't roll out of bed, say, hey, I tried to do podcasting, now I want to be county judge. It just doesn't work that way. Moving forward, let's go with these campaign reports, because I know you guys want to see them. So we've already seen Jerry Morales's, we've seen David Salcedo's. Let's see who is up next. Up next. Whoa, busted. Okay. So now we have Domingo Mingo Rodriguez, campaign treasurer. We didn't look at the campaign treasurers on the other one, but Lidia M. Villarreal. Okay. Monetary total monetary contributions that Domingo Mingo Rodriguez has received $1,600. Political expenditures made from political contributions. So this is the money that has been spent from the political contributions. 522 with $59. I am just being told that Lidia M. Villarreal is the newlywed wife of Domingo Rodriguez Jr. Again, anonymous comment. Y'all can send them in. So, political expenditures made from personal funds, $1,000. So he's paid $1,000 out of pocket. All right. So these are the contributions that Domingo Mingo Rodriguez, he used to be JP or is JP of Precinct 3. He is a EPISD employee. And he is, and we're going to go through what his monetary political campaigns are. So on December 31st, a Maria T. de los Santos contributed $500 in political funds. On the 16th of December, Natalie Rodriguez contributed $600 of political funds. On December the 19th, Ruben Mendoza contributed $500 in political funds. J&J Mexican Restaurant. Okay, so this is non-monetary, or in other words, in-kind political contributions. So this is a thing where, let's say somebody does something, but they're not charging for that service. In other words, if you give out news media, if you pay signs for somebody, like I think that's what it looks like in this case. I think what he's saying is J&J Mexican Restaurant paid a total amount of $2,940. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Was that noted on here? Okay, they're lumped in together. 1,600. Then you got 1,600. I think there may have been a mistake. Hmm. Yeah, it's just me with numbers, guys. Sorry. Anyways, so in this one, it is the total unitemized in kind. In kind is something given to you that you are not paying for. So this also has to be reported in these campaign finance reports. So J&J Mexican Restaurant paid 2,940 in political signs. I am getting a tip, guys, right now that Flaco Tellez and his son, I don't know who's Flaco Tellez, guys. Do y'all know him? According to this anonymous tip that I just received, it's not verified at the time, but Flaco Tellez and his son are the ones that own J&J Mexican Restaurant. And they have contributed to Domingo Rodriguez. Again, I am not sure if we can't confirm it. We're getting these in real time, so it's kind of rapid response type of thing. If we find out that it's incorrect, we will go back and do a retraction and make it right. But from what we're hearing is that Flaco Tellez and his son owe J&J Mexican Restaurant, and it's $2,940,000 that they contributed to Mingo Rodriguez for political signs. Pledge contributions, there's nothing there. Now we're on to the expenditures. This is what has been paid to, whoever it may be for services that Domingo Mingo Rodriguez has made, right? So you got Brenda Perez was paid $500. She's out of San Antonio for social media accounts, landing page, and Google page. So he's paying somebody to do those things for him, and she was paid $500. Fuddruckers Restaurant, a lunch meeting, $22.59. Loans. There's no loans written down there. Political expenditures paid from personal funds. So this is what is being paid directly to an individual or whatever it is, right? Directly from the pocket of Domingo Rodriguez. So you got Daniel Ramos getting paid $500 for media ads. Again, media is media. Y'all need to pay media to get your word out. It's understandable. Roberto Palafox in Mexico. That's interesting. 12/24/25, $500. And then he has checked that he's going to get it reimbursed from political contributions. I guess that's kind of like a loan, maybe. I don't know. Roberto Palafox from Piedras Negras, Coahuila, for media. The interesting thing is that they're so it's about $1,000 that he paid out of his own pocket for media there. So that's the end of Domingo Mingo Rodriguez's, and we need to move on to the next one. Thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna go through all of these campaign. We're gonna go through each and every one, guys. Don't get anxious. Don't get anxious. We just want to make sure it's fair and everybody knows that this is how things should be done. Everybody's revealed. Everybody knows. Let's see. On to the next one. Ruben Camarillo. List his phone number if anybody wants to give him a call. Okay. Zero 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 zero. Okay. Non-monetary in-kind political contributions. 7,750. Political expenditures made from personal funds. So he has spent $1,085. Okay. So in kind, and this is what we told you guys. And look, Project Red Texas, they're great. I understand the mission that they are doing. What I do think that it is a disservice is that the Republican Party is getting people that, not everybody. I do know that last year they had a good candidate in Mr. Bentacore for sheriff. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way they wanted. But in some cases, we're not getting the best candidates here. And I do know just by from my opinion, right, is that if the county chair for the Republican Party has to wave somebody down at the mall and convince them or try to get them to run, is that really a good candidate? So, I mean, Project Red Texas does good stuff. I just think that it's unfortunate we don't have enough people running as a Republican because they're just looking for anybody just to put somebody up against somebody. And I don't think that that is in tradition with what these elections are for. We're supposed to put good candidates, whether it's a Republican, Democrat, Independent, and that's supposed to come out in an election and vote for the best one. Now, when you're putting unqualified candidates or people that just come out of the blue, I think Project Red Texas may be kind of enabling that a little bit. Of course, they paid the campaign finance the filing fee in unitemized in-kind political contribution, so they paid that fee for him. He paid EP Texan $300. I don't know if he paid him enough because EP Texan, they have a big reach. Um, I wonder if they've gotten any ads. And then Informate got paid $500. APAS Creation. Look, I'm just going to say it. That's a little shady because they're not putting any address on there. APAS Creations, what is that? Anyways. And then again from personal funds, $100, Publicom, Impresial Digital, Hidalgo, political merchandise. Not sure what political merchandise would look like, but I'm going, and that's that for that one. Let's see. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is the last one of the county judges. All right. I think somebody was asking for this one in particular, but just like I said, we're going through everybody's campaign finance. We got Ramsey English Cantu, who is the current county judge. Okay. Oh, wow. That is much smaller. That I mean, according to many people out there that are saying this, saying that, that is much smaller of a of an amount that a lot of people were expecting, especially with the 25,000 that Jerry has been getting or is going to get in political contributions. So, so it's 5,300 total political expenditures, 9,247 with 41 cents. Total contributions maintained as of the day last reporting, 1,052 with 59. Total principal amount of all outstanding loans as of the day reporting, $5,000. Okay. That's exactly what we said. 5,300 in contributions, loans 5,000, political expenditures made from the political contributions 9,247 with 41 cents. Moving on forward. Okay, we have Ramsey English Cantu. So this is the first political contribution. Richard Zamora, $2,000 on November the 7th, 25, engineer. Okay. Mr. and Miss Jose L. Gonzalez, retired educators, 250. Victor Garcia, $50, December the 5th. Somebody here from Eagle Pass, okay. Cynthia Betchlerman on 12/10/25, $500. Realtor at Reality Executives, okay. So, I mean, smaller donations in total, 2,000. I mean, it's not 5,000, right? But smaller donations. Let's see, Maricela Rodriguez, $1,000, 12/18/25. Bernardo Barbosa, 12/22/25, $500. Kimberly Cantu, $1,000, 12/25/25. Okay, well, that was all the donations. Now, what I would like to point out is there's smaller quantities in donations. Now, you don't see a 5,000, you don't see a 10,000. Now, you didn't see those from other candidates. You just saw those for the candidate for county judge, Jerry Morales. That is very interesting. Let's see the expenditures. Okay. 750 for the candidate registration filing. You see what Project Red Texas did for Camarillo, that candidate. This contributions are paying to the Democratic Party, 750 filing fee. EPTX News, $3,000 advertising campaign publicity. Okay. For gas at HEB, campaign expenses, 58.41. Ramsey English Cantu 2921 for food campaign meeting. 830 signs. You see, that was local. $5,000. Local people help out the local economy. So those are all the expenditures that we got there so far. Loans, personal loan from the judge Ramsey English Cantu, 5,000 loan, 5,000 to the campaign, and that is all. Interesting. So we have all the campaign reports for the county judge. We went ahead and shared that with you guys. We will post them up on our website. We'll post it on social media so you guys can take a look for yourself and you be the judge. Now, one of the things that, I point out the obvious, right? Pointing out the obvious, there's one candidate that is getting a hell of a lot of money. A lot of money. So it's interesting to see that, these are things that aren't, they're not rumors. They're not falsified. They're not, whatever people with fake accounts want to tell you. These are documents. We showed you what it is, how it is, the real shit, right? We're not here to tell you how to vote. We're just arming you exactly with everything you need to make the right decision for not only our city or community, but the county and your family. The future is very important. Our kids are very important. We want somebody, whoever your candidate may be, we want somebody that, one, knows what they're doing, has good intent in what they're doing, and is not lying to us. Again, we showed you, or try to show you the video, right? We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. We do with what we can. But you can see how these things are shaping up. I would ask, again, candidate Jerry Morales, those are large sums of money. 10,000, 5,000, 5,000. That is a lot of money. What is the investment? What are they going to get out of it? That is a very important question, not only to ask for specifically Jerry Morales, but for all the candidates. What is it that they will be getting in return for their campaign donations? 10,000 is a hell of a lot of money, guys, especially when you cannot deduct that in your taxes. It's a big, big, big amount of money. So we came here to do what was needed to be done. Now, I will leave you with this little bit of news. We did already post it on our Facebook that at the Eagle Pass High School, we have a report that TEA received a complaint that an Eagle Pass High School teacher assisted students to cheat on the STAR test. Again, yeah, I know, it's like, so we have a report straight from TEA stating that they received a complaint stating that an Eagle Pass High School teacher assisted high school students in passing the STAR test. That is incredible news, guys. I don't understand it. I don't know why that was done. But most importantly, most importantly, I don't understand why Samuel Mijares, the superintendent, why the school board has not said anything about that situation. Everything is hush hush. Why? Who is the teacher? That's what I want to know. Do you think that Samuel Mijares, the superintendent, will come out and say something? Do you think Samuel Mijares, the superintendent, needs to address the situation? Again, this is what we've been fighting with the school district when it comes to transparency. The school district loves to sweep things under the rug. They love to sweep things under the rug, and they will not tell you what they do. They will not tell you what is going on in their schools. That is the seriousness of the situation that TEA has received this report that a teacher at the Eagle Pass High School assisted students in cheating on the STAR test. Now, I don't think the STAR test is an important test. I don't think that we should be forcing this curriculum, this standardized testing on our students. But where is the ethics from this teacher? Again, who is the teacher? I challenge Samuel Mijares, the superintendent. I challenge the Eagle Pass Independent School District Board of Trustees. Somebody stand up and do what's right. Let the parents know what's going on in the schools. With transparency being so important nowadays, why is a school district choosing not to be transparent about these types of situations? That's all we have for you today. We wanted to give you what the truth is, that Jerry Morales is in favor of Puerto Verde. And Jerry Morales, the one who likes to talk about los billetes entre medio, isn't mentioning what the billetes entre medio of campaign funds, donations that he's receiving from various people in the community and outside of it as well. It's very interesting, guys. You need to keep up. We're here to help you. We're here to keep you involved. I know you guys are parents. I know you guys are members of the community. And that is why we do what we do, to bring you the facts, the truth, and everything that these people, those that are trying to deceive you and I, are not telling you. That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining. This was the Maverick Times podcast, episode 007343. Always get confused with the numbers, right? We'll see you later, guys. Thank you for joining. Oh, don't forget to like and share this podcast. That's all for me today.